So this is like my initial reaction to the DJI Fly. I was gonna say trap. DJI Fly app, and I'm watching the tutorial now, and he's explaining everything. All right, I understand this is not new. It literally shows how far you are from the launch point, right? So the technology is there, and I completely understand why you would want to have this on a drone. It's a great market. The drone is a great tool. I don't personally own one because it seems like one of those tools that I would use once or twice a year. For me to, fork out $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 on a nice drone just to get the type of shot that I'm only going to use for filmmaking doesn't seem necessary, right? And then with I mean, I can literally create a drone type of shot for a lot cheaper now. Literally have AI create those type of shots. But just take out the drone part. Use that same technology, the distance data. And what I heard was that, they have the IMU, they have the GPS technology built in to that system. Now, like they got really small drones now, like pretty small. I'm not for sure. Maybe somebody in the drone community can help me with this, but I've seen Potato Jet one day where he was building out his own little drone with his little brother. And they went to like some sort of company or some sort of building where they were picking out different parts to build out their drone. And then when they started building it, they had to put like all different parts together. I wonder if like the IMU and the GPS and everything like that are like really small parts. Because if they are, we could put that into a microphone. Just imagine a Rode Wireless Pro. Do I have one? Look at the size of this. This is with the little dead cat right here. All right, but Rode Wireless Pro still is small enough to put in somebody's pocket, right? I can just put it in my pocket, and it also has a lavalier that you could hook up to it. Now, if you could put some of those parts, the IMU, into, or the GPS built in, even if it was just a little bit bigger, and so, like they have a pocket camera, right? I mean, yeah, ordinarily you wouldn't want something too big to be put into your pocket, but I feel like over time they can make it smaller and smaller, like they have been doing with these microphones and everything, right? What I can see is there's no like monthly fee. Oh, let me ask ChatGPT. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. No internet, no SIM, no data plan, no monthly fee for seeing what the drone sees. Okay, so this technology already exists. How can we translate this technology into a gimbal is the question now. So obviously I'm not smart enough to, I just had the idea, but I'm not smart enough to actually answer that question. But after seeing the DJI and it's showing you like, hey, 300 feet, it's literally showing you the height and the distance. And since it's GPS, it's showing even more information uh actual location information. Now, if I fly this drone, and I'm standing in front of a skyscraper and I fly it behind a building and then behind another building, then behind another building, then and it's just like a couple of blocks away from me, would I still see what I'm able to see on the camera? Would that live feed still work even though I'm behind mad buildings and walls and everything like that? I'm asking ChatGPT this. First, can you still see the feed if the drone goes behind buildings? Short answer, not reliably. Here's why. Scenario: drone has clear line of sight. Ocusync or DJI's transmission tech works beautifully. Strong feed, no lag. Drone goes behind building, signal drops or gets choppy. May completely lose video or control link. Few trees, small obstructions may still work, but signal weakens. City, many buildings. Dense city, many buildings, likely signal loss unless you're using super advanced transmission, and even then it's risky. Ocusync and similar tech rely on high frequency radio waves, which don't penetrate solid buildings well. Once you're behind multiple structures, the signal starts bouncing or getting blocked, which is why drones are rated for line of sight transmission. How this applies to your gimbal idea, what you're talking about can absolutely work, but it depends on the setup. Possible gimbal-based system architecture. Wearable beacon actor device sends GPS data and orientation. Gimbal camera system receives this data and automatically pans or tracks. Optional. Camera sends back live feed to an app using short-range Wi-Fi or low latency wireless system like Ocusync. YGIG, not Wi-Fi, but YGIG. But for long distance or through obstacles, you'll need high-powered antennas, possibly cellular 5G backup or mesh relay system. Bottom line, yes, the DJI drone can send live video feed if it has clear sight. Sure. Anyways, so here's a simplified breakdown of how you could translate DJI drone tech into a smart GPS-based gimbal system for your Sinema app device idea, especially for actor tracking with live preview over distance or around obstacles. See, my thing is, yeah, you wouldn't want to have, as an actor, you wouldn't want this to have, on your shirt or anything, right? But since it has a lavalier and you would put the lavalier close to your chest, you would get pretty good audio. And then if you want to, as long as you can get decent audio, you can always go back and go into the studio and re-record your lines if you needed to or wanted to, right? This is merely just a tool. We're not trying to get a we're not trying to get a shotgun microphone to hover over you while you're doing your performances, right? To magically hover over you, which would be crazy. But like I said, if you could put a lavalier attached to that beacon, and it will be for two reasons, not just to internally record your audio, but to also communicate with the gimbal. Hey, I need a wide shot. It just automatically, it just starts, you know, like I'm telling it wide shot, it computes to the iPhone, and it just as much as the record button, how you can press a button to record. They also have like this thing where they do like a hand gesture on some of the other gimbals, where if you go like this or go like this, or but they literally have a hand gesture just to record, which is another reason why I think this is possible. So if I'm telling the microphone, which is connected to me, via uh, a lavalier, pull it out the pocket, press record, gotta have some sort of screen or buttons on the device that you would have. And then I would tell it, for right now, it should at least have those four options, right? The point 0.5, the 1, the 2, and the 5x. I should be able to easily press that with either a button or a touch screen, whatever, right, on the device itself. Now, DJI makes their own microphones, so having a microphone with a built-in beacon, I think is possible, and a lavalier, even if it was bigger than this, that would be okay, as long as the gimbal will be able to track, device or whatever, right? Possible hardware stack: wearable beacon, ESP32 with GPS module. What does the part for the IMU and GPS look like? Can you show me? Is there any pictures for that? Wow. Is 1.5 by 1.5 inches, similar to this. A GTUS GPS module is 1.1 inches. The IMU modules. The IMU, the size is 1 by zero point 0.6 inches. See what I'm saying? Like, they have the technology and it's already small. This is possible, y'all. That's all I'm saying. And then we'll bring back the distance data. And then with that distance data, we will be able to calculate, let the gimbal know where to follow. You know, do I need to go left? Do I need to go right? Do I need to be off centered? And then the app, we would tell it like, hey, since we're 100 yards away, we need the 5x. Zoom in on the 5x. And then for the cowboy shot, we need to zoom in even more. If we're 20 feet away, right? And that's just extreme. Like nobody's trying to do a scene 1,000 yards away, right? That's just extreme scenarios right there. More often than not, we're going to be doing scenes that are typically 6 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet away to tell a compelling story. So, like, we're not even trying to push it that far. I just want to be able to be followed. I just want to be locked on, right? So, if I press record, start my scene, and then, like, since this app knows my script, and I say, hey, this is the script and this is the scene that we're working on, well, it'll be able to adjust because it is listening, it's communicating, right? I'm saying I got one actor, two actors on the same scene, maybe two different follow systems, or what I call it, Sinema. Oh, and by the way, I've already started to make the app. It is not easy. Making the app is kind of crazy, uh, but and it is not easy work at all. So, anyways, this is where I'm at right now, trying to figure this shit out.